guys, Nicola here. Just a quick one. Yesterday I put out a post about prospective boomerang clients or boomerang prospective clients. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is a prospective client who will initially inquire about your services or about your product. You will produce a proposal, you will produce a quote, and then you don't hear anything. It's tumbleweed. And then they might come back later as if they've never contacted you before, and they'll ask the same questions, and you might remind them that you've already spoken. You might give them the proposal again. Morning, ladies. Good morning, Kerry, Stephanie and Erin. Thanks for joining. You might give them another proposal, another quote for the second time round. And then again, they disappear, they go quiet, and then they might pop up again. So that's my definition of a boomerang prospective client. The post that I put out yesterday, it appears many of you also have boomerang prospective clients. And I have my own boomerang prospective client. I've had a few over the years actually, but there's one that every year now for 3 years in a row will get in contact, and it's always around this time of the year. It's always September, October. And this boomerang prospective client, every time they contact me, they want a proposal and they want a quote. Their brief is exactly the same. Their pain points are exactly the same. Their reasons for needing PR are exactly the same. Hi, Alison. Hi, Jenny. Thank you for joining. Everything is exactly the same. And this boomerang prospective client has recently popped up and got in contact with me again. And I thought, do I just pretend I don't know that we've already had this conversation in the last 2-3 years? Should I say something? And I listened to their brief, I listened to their needs, I asked them why they were needing PR at this time of the year, asked them their budget and their expectations from a PR campaign, and everything was the same as it has been in the previous years. And I just had this feeling that I needed to know what was stopping them from going forward. There was obviously an interest in PR, and there was a reason that they keep coming back to me. So as this prospective boomerang client was talking, I was thinking to myself, shall I just go along and listen and produce the proposal and produce a quote, or shall I actually say what it is that I wanted to say, but I wasn't sure how it was going to be received? So I did. I just went out there on the call and I said, if you don't mind me asking, we have had this call now, the same call for the last 3 years, and I just really want to be able to help you this time. So tell me what's the sticking point? Tell me what's stopping you from doing this. Tell me how I can really, really help you, because I obviously see it that you have a need. You have a need to do PR because of what you've told me, and I won't disclose that because it's confidential. You have a want to do it because you've said several times on the call that you want to do it, and it's what you've said previously. So what is stopping you? Because if I can really understand what's stopping you, then I can see if we can finally help you and we can finally work with you to meet your needs and your wants and your goals for PR. And I said, so let's cut to the chase. Is it a budget issue? Is it to do with money? And I didn't think it was, for some of the reasons that they'd said previously in the call. And I said, because if it is budget related, what we can do is we can look at reducing my service. So we strip back some of the hours and we can bring the cost down a little bit for you. We can strip away some of the things in the service that perhaps are not as much of a need right now, and we can focus on other areas and we can bring the cost down that way. And the prospective boomerang said, no, actually, it's nothing to do with price. The price is actually very reasonable. It's very fair. It's what we expected to pay for a PR campaign, so it's not the price. And I said, okay, what is it? What is stopping you from making this move? And my prospective boomerang client said, it's my partner, who we then later on found out not only is it their partner in life, but it's their business partner. So any financial decisions that this particular company make, they have to make as a team. So I said, I completely understand. That's absolutely fine. A lot of my clients, have to run their business decisions with a partner, whether that's their partner in life as well as their business partner. And the prospective boomerang went on to say that, I'm convinced, Nicola, I want to work with you. I get the power of PR. I have no doubt that you'll do a good job. It's not to do with the cost, and I really want to do it and I need to do it, but it's convincing my partner to do it. So it made me think, why allow this particular prospective boomerang to do the convincing? So I asked my prospective boomerang, do you want me to speak with your partner? Do you want me to have the same conversation that you and I are having doing? Because I was thinking, if it had to be a joint decision, why is the other person not on this call? So the boomerang prospective client said, well, my partner doesn't like to be sold to, hence why I'm doing this. And I said, but I'm not going to be selling. All I'm doing is just telling you how I can help. I'm going to be reiterating to your partner what their needs are, what their wants are, and what their goals are. And I'm just going to be explaining how I can help. And that is it. There's no selling. And at that point, your partner can then actually decide, yes, it is for you, or no, it's not for you. And together you can decide if the investment is going to work for you or not. And the boomerang prospective client was a little bit nervous, still nervous. And they turned around and said to me, but my partner is quite vocal. They're quite open. They're outspoken. And if they don't like or agree with what you're saying, they'll just tell you. And I said, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. There's no problem whatsoever. I'm happy to be challenged. I'm happy for you to ask me lots and lots of questions. I'm happy for you to pick my brains. I'm happy for you to call previous clients and get testimonials, or happily share with you names and phone numbers of people that I've worked with in the past, and take your pick. You call anyone, so I have no opportunity to let that person know that they're going to be getting a phone call. I have no idea who you'll speak to. That's absolutely fine. So the boomerang prospective client was really surprised, and they said, wow, you're really confident in your service and you're really willing to help us. And I said, well, not really, because I'm just here to serve you. You have a need to want to do PR, but the one thing that's stopping you is your partner. Your partner is uncertain of my ability to help you reach your goals and needs. So I'm here to serve that, and I'll more than happily have that conversation. I'll come meet your partner face to face. We'll have a video call, whatever it is, but I'm not there to sell, and I'm happy to be challenged or questioned. What has now happened is that call has happened between the solo boomerang prospective and their partner, and the boomerang prospective's partner was nothing like what I expected. They just listened to absolutely everything I said, and I was waiting at the end for them to ask me all their questions, to challenge me, to ask for recommendations, testimonials, examples of my work, and they didn't say a word. And at the end of the call, the partner, who had been holding up the whole process for 3 years, basically said, okay, I'm ready. And that was it. There was no hard sell, there was nothing. Now, why am I coming on to share this with you? Many of you watching this will be business to consumers. You're selling to couples. And I just think it is so important that when you are meeting with prospective clients, or you are sending proposals to prospective clients, I just think it is so important that that presentation, exchange of information about you and what you can deliver for their wedding should be delivered to the couple, not just one half. And I always try to encourage my clients that when you are holding consultations with the couple, try to get both parties there. Because imagine if you have the consultation with just one half of the couple, that one half perhaps will be bought, they've been sold to, they want you, they trust you, they like you. They're then going to go home and try to relay that to their partner, and their partner's going to have more concerns, more questions, because they haven't yet met you. So they haven't got to like you, they haven't got to know you, they haven't got to trust you. All they're hearing is what your price is, what your investment is, and they immediately say, we can't afford that, or we don't want that, or what if that person isn't trustworthy, what if that person isn't reliable, what if. However, if that person had come to the first ever appointment, then they can get to see and hear everything from the start. So it's basically cutting out the middle person and making sure that in all your consultations, the couple are there. So Jenny has just asked me, even with bridal hair, Jenny, it will be really specific on depending on your business. If you find that it's normally the bride that will contact you directly, and it's the bride that is making the decision, and it's the bride that is paying, then maybe not, no. But if you get a lot of the feedback from your brides when they're not booking and perhaps they keep coming back, is it because, yes, obviously the bride is probably making the decision how she wants her hair on the day. Perhaps it's not her other half that's making that decision, but who's paying? If her other half is responsible for paying, or if the family are responsible for paying, if she's had the consultation with you and she absolutely loves what you can do and she loves the hairstyle, but she's physically not paying for it herself, she has to go back to mum, dad, or her partner, and her partner says, oh, that's too expensive. They just see it as a hairstyle. Are you coming up across that a lot as a barrier? If you're not, then that's great. But if you're getting brides coming back to you saying, I really want to book you, Jenny, however, it's just a little bit too expensive right now. She probably doesn't feel it's too expensive. You've made her feel beautiful. You've given her the hair that she's dreamed of for her wedding day. But if she's not getting that release of cash, because whoever is paying for that part of the wedding or funding the whole wedding, if they're saying actually to go and get your hair done by that lady is too expensive, so at that point, I would say, well, let's get your other half in for the next consultation. Let's see, you know, how happy you are when I'm doing your hair and how confident you feel after you've had your hair done. So that's just a little snippet of what I wanted to come back to talk about this morning of boomerang prospective clients. If you do have them, if you have the same prospective client that keeps coming back, even though you've spoken with them, you've done a proposal, you've given them a quote, but they're still not buying, I just wanted to share with you my story recently of how I was bold enough to say, come on, what's stopping you? Why aren't you making this decision to move forward? Is it price? And I went in with price because 9 times out of 10, most people will say, oh, it's too expensive, I can't afford that. But in this case, it wasn't. So try to find out from your perspectives why they're not making that leap if they keep coming back. Because if they keep coming back, there's a reason they were initially drawn to you. There's a reason that they keep coming back. So what is stopping them from going ahead? So I guess my message today, guys, is just speak to your prospective clients, listen to them, try to find out what's stopping them and serve them as best as you can. If it's more information, give it to them. If they need proof that you're the right person, give it to them. If it is budget price, try to explain to them why you charge what it is that you charge so they can understand. And if it's somebody else is making the decision, someone else is holding the purse strings, someone else is responsible for paying, get that person involved as early on into the consultation process as you can. So guys, I hope that's been useful. I have got to dash now. Jenny has said, interesting, I've never thought of it that way, but not often. So food for thought. If you've liked this live, guys, I would really love some thumbs up, some hearts, some feedback, and drop in the comment box below if you've ever had a boomerang prospective client, how you deal with them, how you've dealt with them, and if this live has given you some food for thought. Have a great day, guys. Bye for now.